Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lionel here. Today I'm going to try to knock out two separate fragrance reviews. These will be my last two reviews for the next 4 months, and here's why. Um, I'm starting school tomorrow actually, um, and I'm in my last two courses for my MBA. I really need to get two A's in this. I'm not going to give you a whole sob story, but anyway, I need to get two A's in this course just to keep my GPA in the 3.7, 3.8 range. Also, my son is starting football. I mean, he's already started. I've already been very, very involved with it. But his school starts Monday, so just trying to balance in his regular school work, football, my school work, and my regular work. It's just going to be a nightmare. Just trying to balancing all those and balancing them healthy. So I know a lot of you guys have interacted with me on Facebook under the alias Moses Cologne. Then I came back, deleted that page or deactivated that page, and came back onto my regular page just to interact with a few people for a couple of weeks because I knew that I was going to deactivate it again. I just wanted to see how everybody was going because I had been off for about 8 or 9 months. I got back on and got right back off. I just wanted to interact with a few people. So, I'm Lionel Woods on there. You can find me. I'm usually under the fragrance pages, Facebook Fragrance Friends, Fume Heads, the Fragrance Community, and Fragrance Swap. So I'm usually on those, but I will be off over the next 4 months. Hopefully, I'll be able to, as a graduation gift, I'll get a really special bottle, maybe an Amouage, maybe a Bond, depending on how everything unfolds with the whole, you know, lawsuit thing. So, anyway, so I have two fragrance reviews now. These these are my two favorite fragrance reviews that my son. This is like my fifth take, and my son keeps bothering me. Go sit down, buddy. So these are my two favorite fragrances. One I've been pretty adamant about for a while. The other one just kind of snuck in under, just kind of backdoored me sort of. Um, and I want to review that one. So I'm going to try to keep this one at 10 minutes. So I got about 8 minutes to review this one. And I'll get into an explanation of the next one when I do that video. So this one comes from the House of Creed. And it is Creed Royals Oud. I've had this for a while. I've talked about this for a while. And now I'm going to do an official review. So let's talk about this fragrance. Let's talk about the notes first. It's royal oud, so obviously there should be oud in it. So here are the notes from Fragrantica: oud, bergamot, pink peppercorn, sandalwood, cedar, and tonka. Those are the notes. Let me tell you this: you very you, you get components of these notes, but never these notes, so to say. Here's what I mean. When you Royal Oud is not a fragrance of notes. Royal Oud is sort of an experience of notes. And, and I know that sounds, cheesy or cliche or whatever, but it's really true. Because here's what I get with it. And I'm going to really speak to this review not from a note perspective, but just from an experience perspective. And I'll let you be the judge of it. I know quite a few people find Creed overrated or what's the other one? Overpriced for the product it provides. And I'll tell you this: of all the compliments I get, Creed is consistently the most complimented house. And the bottom line is, it's because they make fresh, elegant, mature scents, and those scents typically project a certain class, and maybe an English class, foreign to sort of American culture, or at least the most latest American culture, but this is more of a clean, Creed offers more of a clean, fresh, elegant, refined fragrance, So, typically it's a, black suit, white shirt, blue suit, white shirt, nice tie, Oxford shoes. Typically that's what Creed offers as a fragrance house. And I'm okay with that. So, back to Creed Royal Oud. Here's what you get. When you first spread, you do get an oud component. Now, a lot of people say there's no oud in this, and I can't argue either way. I've never tested it, but it does have an oud component. It's oudish, so to say. Sort of, if oud has that sweetened, danky, what's the word I'm looking for? Wet wood type of note, kind of giving it this oily kind of component, right? And this has that throughout the fragrance. However, it transitions based off of how the other notes kind of come in. And here's what I mean. When you first spray this, I'm pretty sure it's the bergamot and the pink peppercorn because you get this blast of woody spiciness. I mean, just woody spiciness, danky, woody, which I've come to know as if somebody else sprayed this and doesn't know knows, they'll just say, oh, that's kind of woody sort of something. That's what they'll say. I mean, anybody who has any experience with woody fragrances or even woodiness, construction, anything like that, I think would immediately recognize the woodiness of this fragrance. So you're going to spray it on, you're going to get this woodiness with this, sort of danky woodiness, wet woodiness with this spicy component. And it's very spicy. The opening is very spicy with this tinge of bergamot, right? Kind of giving it this, this salty sort of component. So sort of a salty, spicy, woody component. That's what you get in the top. And it's just so elegant. It's so wonderful to the nose. It's just so appeasing to the nose that it's unbelievable. Nothing you can really point and identify, but walking past someone and they're getting a whiff of you, they would understand that you're wearing something very, very elegant, right? So that's what you get. And then the fragrance sort of transitions. This oud stays here. So this oud is sort of constant, and then you have like this spiciness. And then as it moves, the spiciness goes down, and then this sweetness comes up, right? So now what you had was sort of a spicy oud fragrance, which transitions into a sweet wood fragrances. So I assume that is the tonka and the Virginia cedar or the cedar that's in this note, and maybe the sandalwood, sort of giving it this creamy, sweet kind of component, woody component. And that's what you have. Listen, that's the gist of this fragrance. I don't have to spend a lot of time trying to describe notes. Spicy woody, sweet woody. That's it. And it just sort of transitions. You can smell it unfolding. Spicy, 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 sweet, sweet, sweet. That's it. That's this fragrance in a nutshell. But let me tell you about this fragrance and how it works. I've yet to wear this fragrance and not get a compliment. I've gotten my most descriptive, if I must add, compliment from this fragrance. It's just, it amazes me. Listen, my wife absolutely adores this fragrance. My wife very serious, rarely says anything about a fragrance. It's so funny. This one and Millesime Imperial are two fragrances that she just absolutely loves. She just loves them. And Silver Mountain Water. So if my wife is a Creed fan, she loves the way Creed works on my skin. But this one, she gets scratchy. She gets catty with this one. She really, really adores it. She sniffs my neck. She's like, oh my gosh, that smells so good. You need to wear that more. And then, once I told her, the retail price point, she's like, well, you maybe not need to wear that as much. That's special. So when I go to work, I've never gotten less than 3, maybe 2 to 3 unsolicited comments, and it's always a wow factor. Not, oh, you smell good. It's like, wow, you smell great. Wow. And a couple of coworkers have come just to identify this fragrance. When I put it on, you're wearing Royal Oud. Like, they know it, they smell it, they love it, and so I try not to, spoil people in my, in my sphere with Royal Oud. So I very rarely wear it. But this is I think I split the first bottle, kind of went through it. Split the second bottle, kind of went through it, and this is what I have left, 1 full bottle, and I don't think I've worn anything out of this bottle yet. So, overall, Creed Royal Oud is my most complimented fragrance. It is very elegant, it is very refined, it is very beautiful, it is complimented. Now, let me tell you something. Here's a spray and wear. I usually don't do spray and wear recommendations, but here's one here. Spray and wear on this is I go with 6. And I go 2 on the clothes, and typically I wear a tank top. So, I get dressed and I put, I spray 2 on my tank top. Then I put my dress shirt on or whatever polo shirt on over it, and it sort of sticks around, and it's very aromatic. So it kind of goes through the shirt, and it stays with me all day. On my skin, I get about 6 to 8 hours on a regular basis. It projects for about a good 4 to 5 hours, and then it just kind of gets closer to the skin. I can smell it. but it's sort of an aroma, and I'm putting my nose here to get it. So it's about a 6 hour fragrance, but when I put it on clothes, it lingers forever. It stays a very long time on clothing. So I would recommend you maybe putting two sprays, here and here, you know, maybe even one. If you stay back, crease shoots a lot. So, I'll probably stay here and spray one and just kind of let it linger on my clothing. And you're going to get an all day fragrance with this. So, overall, this is a 5 out of 5. This is my favorite fragrance. It's a spicy, woody, oody fragrance, but don't think oud, wood. Don't think oud, I don't know, pure oud. Think oud, very refined, very special. Um, I don't see this as a casual fragrance. I see this as a, straight to business work fragrance. I also see this as a beautiful wedding scent. I see this as a tuxedo scent. I see this as I'm about to go and, I'm meeting with the board of directors, that type of scent, right? It is very refined, very professional, worth every dime to me. But you can find this on eBay. It's not bootlegged, I don't think. So I think you can find this on eBay very, very reasonable. You can find this at discount. It's very, very reasonable. I mean, 75 mils will cost you about anywhere between $150 to $200. Retail will cost you about $340 or something. So very well worth it. Spicy, woody, mature, professional. I mean, I think, when I think of this fragrance, I think James Bond, going to pick up, what's her name? Pussycat or whatever her name was. That's what I think. Beautiful car, beautiful girl on my rig. This is, I'm going to, the Emmys with Toni Braxton or something like that. So the Grammys with Toni Braxton. And she has on that dress, and I have on raw oud and a nice tux with a skinny tie. So that's what I think about with this fragrance. Wonderful, hands down, very beautiful. It does have performance problems at the price point if you're looking for longevity, but it works perfect for me and what it does. Um, Overall, I give it 6 out of 5. Absolutely love it. I appreciate you guys watching. God bless.